Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elder bishops and the elders that came before them. The title says Truth and Shalom, and salutations to all the brothers that push the word, the truth and the sincerity, the hopeful tabernacle of David. All right, this is just a quick little lesson and update. All right. This is about what it says right here, gas war. All right, Vlad strikes back. Putin strikes Europe. But wait a minute. Russia is Eastern Europe. Okay? So Europe, Eastern Europe, strikes Western Europe, is how this reads. All right? So where does that take us in the scriptures? Luke 11 and 18. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Well, what does that mean? Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. Okay, what does it mean for Satan to cast out Satan? Or what does this mean? His kingdom. What is Satan's kingdom? It's the world we live in right now. Who is Satan? Satan is the nation of Edom. Okay? Now, let's go to Job 9. We'll go to verse 24. Okay? The earth is that kingdom. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, the Edomites. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So right now, Satan is running the earth. And it's his king, is his earthly kingdom. All right? Who is the wicked? The nation of Esau. Who is Satan? The nation of Esau. Who is the devil? The nation of Edom, Salakia. All right? So, when you get Eastern Europe, which is Russia, and the stands, okay, against Western Europe, that's Satan against Satan, okay, who was given the kingdom, all right? And we'll prove that, all right? If Satan is divided against himself, how can his kingdom stand? Restore the kingdom to Israel. Will thou at this time, see the disciples asked Yahushua, they said, will thou at this time restore what? The rulership of the earth, the kingdom. All right? Acts 1 and 6, when they therefore were come together, who is they? The disciples and Yahushua. They asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? He was inquiring about the kingdom of heaven. Is it going down 2,000 years ago? They were asking this 2,000 years ago. Hey, is it time for the kingdom of heaven, meaning Israel being in rulership forever, after? Okay? And basically, Yahushua said no. He said, Yahushua replied, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons that the Father has fixed by his own authority. Okay? But here's the point. The kingdom. What does it mean to restore again the kingdom? That means somebody else had it. Who had it when they were having this conversation? The Romans, the great red dragon, Edom. He had it then. Okay? And then after this came the Dark Ages, the Byzantine. So we had it for a minute, but that wasn't the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Point being, the kingdom. All right? Right now we're in Satan's kingdom because he was given a short time. Let's get that real quick. To deceive the nations. Is it 18? Is it 20? Slovakia. Revelation 20 and 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit, that's Esau, and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, after those 1,000, after the Byzantine Empire, after that, he must be loosed a little season, meaning he'll get the kingdom again for a short season. Right? This started around 1492, 500 years later. He's at the end. Jump down to 7. When the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and he shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. Okay? Meaning he's going to get the dominion again for a short season. That's what we have right now. All right, so when we go back here, okay, Gravitas, okay, this is Y on channel. Today is the 26th, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, let me see. Yes, 26. Gas war. Gas what? Hey, war and rumors of wars. War and threats of war. China's saying, look, don't you fly that plane over here. That's a direct threat. Russia cuts off Europe's gas supply drastically. What is that? War. Who is Russia warring against right now? NATO in Eastern Europe, Slovakia, Western Europe, which is the EU, the beast. Okay? And Great Britain and the whore riding on that beast. Okay? So, and all of them are Edomites. So what do we see? This kingdom can't stand. The entire kingdom, not just Vlad. Vlad's an Edomite too, he's red. Okay? Let's watch this.
Europe is under attack. Russia is waging an economic war. Russian gas supplies to Europe are down by 80%. Russia could single-handedly push Europe into recession. This gas war threatens governments and leaders in the EU, and Europe has virtually no defense. Today, Russia announced more supply cuts. The Europeans saw this coming, but that does not make their situation any better. Earlier this month, Russia shut off the Nord Stream pipeline. They said it was for maintenance. Europe feared the supplies will not resume. They did. But now Russia has struck another blow. It has cut supplies further. In fact, these cuts began last month. Quick primer. Russia supplies gas to Europe through Nord Stream 1. It's a gas pipeline. It is operated by Russia's state-owned company Gazprom. Until yesterday, Nord Stream 1 was operating at just 40% of its capacity. Today, Russia has reduced it by half, meaning this pipeline is now operating at just 20% of its capacities. Let me repeat that. From 100% before the war, it went down to 40%, and now it has fallen to 20%. So Europe has now lost 80% of its supply.
After the war started, that's the critical point. She said before the war it was at 100%. Then slowly, oh, you fighting against me? This is war. You ain't getting this gas. Wait till it gets cold.
20% of its capacities.
Salaki.
Let me repeat that. Operating at just 40% of it's a gas pipeline. It is operated by Russia's state-owned company Gazprom. Until yesterday, Nord Stream 1 was operating at just 40% of its capacity. Today, Russia has reduced it by half, meaning this pipeline is now operating at just 20% of its capacities. Let me repeat that. From 100% before the war, it went down to 40%, and now it has fallen to 20%. So,
Okay, letting you know. They're at war. Okay, what do you need to conduct a war? If you got tanks, you got jets, what do you need? You need energy. Okay? All right, now this is natural gas they're talking about, but hey, it's in the war is asymmetrical. It's not just bombs and shells and mortars. Okay? It's internet, it's cyber war. Okay? It's food. It's supplies. Your supply chain. If your supply chain isn't supplying the front, you can't fight a war. Okay, so what's going on with the food? That it should prompt a closer look at all of these food processing plants that are when a plane, how many planes? See, and we think that, that's the United States is manufacturing the famine. Hey, you know what? Guess what? There are Chinese nationals. There are Turkish nationals. There's every nation in America, right? And a bunch of them are sleeper cells. So when these food processing plants go down, guess what? You're at war. Okay? When the oil pipelines get shut down, and they say Russia did it through cyber warfare, you're at war. Remember that? How long ago was that? It's less than 2 years. They've been at war. Let's watch a little more of that.
Europe has now lost 80% of its supply from Russia. And this is bad news, whichever way you look at it. Russia made up more than 40% of Europe's natural gas needs. That's what Russia supplied. Now it accounts for just 15%. The Nord Stream is Russia's biggest pipeline. Last year, it delivered more than a third of European gas imports, but now the supply from Russia is as good as gone. The question is, why has Moscow taken this step? To build pressure, to strike a blow. Russia says it is not getting the parts it needs for the pipeline to function. And for that, it blames Western sanctions. So the message is clear. If you want Russian gas, lift the sanctions.
Russia is not interested in stopping gas supplies to Europe. Russia is a responsible supplier of gas, and whoever says what, be in the European Commission, European capital cities, United States of America, Russia was, is, and remains a country that in no small way guarantees Europe's energy security, and not just verbally, but de facto. On the other hand, if Europe continues to move along this path of recklessly introducing limitations and sanctions, which hit right back at themselves, then the situation here would be a different one.
Ever seen one of those solar salesmen?
Slovakia. Bear with me.
That statement / threat from the Kremlin came
Threat.
yesterday. Today, Russia has walked the talk. Who is hurt the most? Germany. They're the ones feeling the biggest impact. Germany still depends on Russia for around a third of its supplies, but now they'll have to do with less Russian gas.
Teeman. That's the Teemanites. Who is Teeman? Okay? This is Teeman right here. Edomites. Okay? Where's Where's the Middle East at? Okay, because it's right down here. Right here. You got Teman. You got Amalek. Okay. I don't know who this is, but it's an Edomite. These are all Edomites. And their empire, their kingdom, cannot stand because they're at each other's throat. And the Most High is the one doing it. All right, a little more.
Who else is affected? Poland, Bulgaria, Finland, Denmark, the Netherlands, Italy, France, Austria, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic. All of these countries have either suffered partial cuts or completely lost Russian gas supply.
All Edomites. Okay, Finland, Denmark, Poland, Slavs, the slaves, Austria, Bulgaria. These are all Edom. So Edom, Satan, is at war, is against Satan, including the Amalekites down here in our land. Okay? So, I mean, that's the picture. Let's go back here. Slovakia. Bear with me. All right. If Satan also be divided against himself, which he clearly is right here. Look at this. They're fighting each other. They're against himself. That's Satan, all of them, coming against each other, about to tear each other up with nuclear missiles. How shall his kingdom stand? So we're at the end of this thing. All right, let's get Matthew real quick. What is this? Those are serious threats. You ain't getting this. If you don't lift these sanctions, you ain't getting this this gas, my nigga. Matthew 24:6. King James, you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. What kind of war? Gas wars. We'll cut you down to 20%. We'll cut you all the way off. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Gas war. Cyber war. See that you are not troubled. See that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Wars and rumors of war. Threats. Threats of, hey, you ain't getting this gas. You better lift them sanctions. Okay? Rumors, threats. All right? Battles. Reports. All right? News. All right? This is all going down. All right? And it's not going to get better. It will not get better. It's only going to get progressively worse till everybody knows that it's the Most High, because the Most High is the one that's doing it. It's coming from the top. Proverbs 21:1. Start at the KJV. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turneth it with whithersoever he will. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is controlling Vladimir Putin, who is the king. He's controlling Joe Biden. He got him fighting. The Most High got Satan coming against his own people right now. His heart is his mind. The Hebrew word lob. This word heart goes back to the Hebrew word lob, which means your mind. The king's mind, Vladimir Putin's mind, Vlad is under extreme or supreme mind control. Okay? Supreme mind control. supreme, the supreme being, mind control. Who's under supreme mind control? Vladimir. Okay. Medvedev. What's this dude's name? Milosevic. What's his name? The one in the Ukraine. All of them. Merkel. Is she still running things? Okay, Trudeau. All the kings are under supreme mind control. And right now, what is the Most High doing? He's got Satan at Satan's neck. Okay? If Satan is divided against himself, how can his kingdom stand? All right, so with that, that's just one of the many wars that are going on. With that, we hope that the elect are edified. Brothers and few sisters, and with that, we say shalom.